Cino Zucchi. I'm from Milano. As I was saying before, I had a bit of an Anglo-Saxon education. I studied at MIT, but I live and work in Milano. And I teach at the Polytechnic and I'm a visiting professor in Harvard. I'm a professional architect. I'm not really a designer. But from time to time, I do that. And I think I'm here because some years ago, we won a competition for the headquarters of the dello company in Torino. But the project was not just a building, but a whole urban renewal with gardens, cafes, and things like that. So they like it very much. So they asked me to design a coffee pot for them, which is a quite challenging theme.
Yeah, and my name is Jennison. I'm an engineering student from Canada, working at Carlo Ratti, a startup within Carlo Ratti. But I have a huge passion of design and product design, and for me, architecture is part of design, because for me, design is something, anything that people interact with, and it makes up our built world, and the designs that we have around us make people's moods and group people together. Carlo loves to try and design spaces that make people interact with different people that they might not otherwise come across. For me, this is architecture and product design. They both do this. So with this coffee cup, I understand that for you it was a bit of a separation from architecture.
Not so much that. I think can be a good piano player and a mediocre guitar player. So the field is the same. Just connecting what you said, it's an interesting point to me. I think that the emphasis we put on designing the physical world should not get all the way to what you could call social engineering through architecture and design, to determine people's moods. I was in Paris in a famous square called Place de Vosges, and I took pictures of the bench of Place de Vosges. They had immigrants, single, queer people, old men, people who French kiss, and it was the same bench. Now the designers design the bench for the immigrants, the bench for the elderly, the bench for trying to determine moods. What is the point where you can overdo it, and shouldn't design be a loved background of our life? I think that is a fine point between appearing and disappearing, being a servant space or object, and on the other side being a loved. So can we do things having identity but not overdoing it, try to express something?
And something being forced.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned you're a professor at different universities. For your students, because I'm a student, so I will speak from my perspective. What would you recommend to them to develop their careers? Should they be focusing more on the design and the taste and these, en français on dit just some sensibility for design, or should it be more on the business side? Because to be able to work on a project, you have to get the project, to have an opportunity to work on.
I would say just take the responsibility of what you do. Many times today we are forced to follow procedures. I think a designer is somebody who chooses something and takes the full responsibility for everything, the consequences his designer does.
Okay, thank you very much.